everybody, and welcome back to the Keto Kitchen. It's great that you can join me here again today. It's my belief that whatever way you decide to improve your health and weight loss, we could all improve our outcomes by thinking about the nutrient value of food. And that's where keto and low carb really comes into its own. If you look at bodybuilders or athletes or anybody who's interested in changing their body composition to support a hobby or a lifestyle or just for better health, they're all focused on the nutrient value of food, and there's a reason for that. It's because in order to get the results that they want, they have to put in enough of what they need. Of course, most people are not bodybuilders or career athletes. However, there's a lot that we can learn and incorporate into our own lives in order to improve our general health and fitness and weight loss. So when I was thinking about putting together these videos, I wanted to ensure that I really got across the message of why keto and low carb have been so effective. Yes, there's the anti-inflammatory aspect and the focus on cellular health and hormonal health. But first and foremost, it's the change in the approach to food choices. This lifestyle makes you look at the components of food, the macro and the micro, and what it is about those elements that supports good health. And here's the really important bit. It does that for the individual. Of course, it takes time to learn which specific foods can support the health and weight loss outcomes we want. And you know, I think of this whole health landscape as a kaleidoscope. The sum of its parts forms a shape unique to each person, and the way in which the pattern of nutrients and strategies and approaches fits together is different for everybody, even though the context may be very similar. It's not until we start to really experience the benefits of real food that we begin to read the signals as to which foods work best for each one of us and how those fit into the pattern and the outcomes we're looking for. I have found that the best way to start the process of low carb and keto is to first change the perspective of food choices. So it's really about having in mind the why we're choosing certain foods, and that is going to make a difference to how we feel, how much energy we have, and our digestion, because poor digestion could be one of the causes of the cravings for more food and the need to keep grazing throughout the day to keep energy levels up. And that's important because how well the digestion is working has a direct effect on the ability to assimilate and absorb the nutrients from our food. Recognising what it is to have a well-functioning digestion takes time, especially for anybody who's had chronic gut or stomach disorders. And for many people these days, it's also a healing process. I lived with a flawed digestive system for many years, and it wasn't until I switched to eating keto that I saw my gut health improve. I got rid of bloating and chronic constipation, pain and low mood, and I did all of that by changing my food choices. And then to implement those choices every day, supported of course by mindset and strategies which help to reinforce the actions and behaviours around food, which all go towards creating better habits. Whether we're in the supermarket or a restaurant or in our own kitchen. We can classify the food we eat into nutrients, the macro and the micro. The larger set of nutrients, the macronutrients, we call proteins, fats and carbohydrates. And the smaller nutrients, or the micronutrients, are the vitamins and minerals, which are also important and deserve their own video, which I'll be putting up in the coming weeks. So how does the food on our plate end up as something that can keep all this going 24/7? Well, that's all about the quality of the foods we eat. And by quality, I'm talking about the components of the food, not where we buy the food from. When we look at a plate of food, we see meat and vegetables and fish and etc. However, the body is not concerned with what we call them or in fact where we've got them from, but rather what they contain, and maybe most importantly, the way in which they've been put together. Because that will dictate how we're going to function and feel and think. Those foods will become either the building blocks by which we will improve our health or impair our health and weight loss goals. Once digested, our food becomes biological molecules that the body uses to build, fuel, repair and maintain all the pathways and systems and organs and cells which it needs to grow and flourish. And all of that has an overflow effect onto our emotional and mental well-being. When the body doesn't get the nutrients it needs, when the components of our food don't contain those building blocks needed, it will either send out a signal, i.e. a craving, that it needs more of a particular nutrient, which we generally interpret as needing energy. So we end up eating sugary or processed foods rather than the nutrient our body's actually looking for. Or it will repurpose what we already have. So you can see how the food choices we make contain nutrients which are essential to our everyday health. Those essential nutrients are found in proteins and in fats. Essential amino acids in proteins and essential fatty acids in fats. There are no essentials in carbohydrates. However, there are some highly effective components in fibre, which the body turns into short-chain fatty acids in the gut. The modern Western diet it's so high in processed foods which don't allow us to choose the optimal amount. Plus, the components of those highly processed foods are not optimal for our health. And so less nutrients means fewer essential elements, resulting in cravings and poor digestive health. This is never explained, and it's no wonder that for years it's been so difficult to lose weight and keep it off. We can individually tailor the amounts of protein and fats and fibre which we need for the outcomes we want. To start keto, first adapt to the classic keto macros and then adjust to your individual macros. Once you've got used to the lifestyle, you can tailor it to your own individual needs. And that's a perfect way to eat to feel satisfied and to know that you've eaten for optimal health and energy. Keto is about the individual, and it puts each person at the very heart of their own weight loss and health goals. Thank you so much for watching. That's it for today, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care and bye for now.